Every single year in America, more than $14 billion worth of property is stolen. A staggering fact that leaves one with a sense of unease, a chill down the spine. This is not a small figure we're talking about, it's a colossal amount, equivalent to the GDP of many small countries. The scale and impact of theft in America are truly shocking, a grim reality that many of us prefer not to confront. Now let's delve a little deeper. What are the most common items stolen? Well, electronics top the list, closely followed by cash and jewelry. These are items that can be quickly sold off, easily converted into cash. They're the thieves' favorite, easy to grab, easy to get rid of. And where are these targeted the most? You might think it's the bustling city streets, the crowded malls, or the chaotic markets. But no, it's the quiet, seemingly safe neighborhoods that bear the brunt of these thefts. Yes, residential burglaries account for a substantial portion of this $14 billion figure. As for the time, most of these crimes happen under the cover of darkness, right? Wrong again. The majority of burglaries occur during the day, between 9 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. It's a time when most people are at work or school, and homes are left unattended. A perfect opportunity for thieves to strike. This is the unsettling truth of theft in America. It's not just an isolated incident here or a random act there. It's a systematic, widespread problem that's deeply entrenched in our society. It's a crime, yes, but it's also a business, a thriving billion-dollar industry. And until we acknowledge this reality and take decisive action, it's an industry that's only going to grow. Theft is not just a crime, it's a billion-dollar industry. Some areas in America are more prone to theft than others. This statement might sound unsettling, but it's the harsh reality we live in. From bustling metropolises to small towns, theft is a widespread issue, and some places experience it more frequently than others. Let's dive into the top cities for theft in America, shall we? These cities often share certain characteristics that make them more susceptible to this crime. First up, we have our crowded cities. Places like New York City and Los Angeles boast impressive population densities, and with more people comes more opportunities for theft. The hustle and bustle of these cities can provide a perfect cover for thieves to operate undetected. Next, we move to cities grappling with challenging economic conditions. Cities like Detroit and Baltimore, unfortunately, have higher rates of poverty and unemployment. These conditions can lead to desperation, and sometimes people resort to theft as a means of survival. And then, there's the question of law enforcement capabilities. Cities with stretched-thin police forces like Chicago and San Francisco often see higher theft rates. When law enforcement resources are strained, it becomes more challenging to prevent and respond to these incidents. But it's not all doom and gloom. Understanding these factors can help us identify theft hotspots, and more importantly, work towards solutions. It's about recognizing the complex interplay between socio-economic factors and crime rates, and using this knowledge to create safer communities. So whether you're planning a trip or choosing a new place to call home, it's essential to have this information at your fingertips. It's not about living in fear, but rather, living with awareness. Being aware of these hotspots can help you stay vigilant and protect your property. After all, knowledge is power, and in this case, it might just be the power to keep your belongings safe. Theft does not discriminate. Anyone can be a victim. A chilling fact, isn't it? It's a stark reminder that in the world of crime, no one is truly immune. Yet within this broad spectrum of potential victims, there are certain demographics that find themselves more frequently in the crosshairs of thieves. It's important to note that these groups aren't more targeted because of who they are inherently, but rather due to external factors such as income, location, and lifestyle. For instance, people living in low-income neighborhoods often fall victim to theft. This isn't because they're inherently more prone to crime, but because they live in areas where crime rates are generally higher. Similarly, those with more affluent lifestyles may also find themselves targeted. Why? Because their possessions, luxury cars, high-end gadgets, designer accessories, are attractive to thieves. Again, it's not the person but their circumstances that make them an appealing target. Geographically speaking, urban dwellers are more likely to be victims of theft due to the high population density and anonymity that cities provide. In contrast, those living in rural areas tend to experience lower rates of theft, simply because there are fewer people and less opportunity for thieves to strike unnoticed. Age also plays a role. Young adults, particularly those in their 20s, are statistically more likely to be victims of theft. This could be attributed to their more active social lives and the fact that they are often out and about, creating more opportunities for potential thieves. Lastly, let's not forget about our elderly population. They are often targeted not because they have more wealth, but because they are perceived as vulnerable and easy targets. Theft is a crime of opportunity. It's not about who you are, but where you are, what you have, and how you live your life. By understanding who is most at risk, we can better identify where we need to focus our efforts to prevent theft and protect those who are most vulnerable. Understanding who is most at risk can help us develop strategies to prevent theft. Behind every theft is a perpetrator with their own motives and methods. This statement rings true as we delve into the minds of those who have chosen a path of crime, those responsible for making this city the theft capital of America. These perpetrators are not born, they are shaped by circumstances, by adversity, by desperation. It's easy to label them as villains, but it's essential to understand that at the heart of their actions often lies a tragic tale of deprivation and despair. Poverty, for instance, is a common thread that weaves itself into the lives of many of these perpetrators. The struggle to provide for basic necessities can push individuals towards the edge, making theft seem like the only viable option. It's a distressing reality that the gap between the haves and have-nots can lead to such dire consequences. Equally troubling is the role of addiction. The vicious cycle of substance abuse and crime can trap individuals in a relentless whirlpool. To feed their addiction, they resort to theft, and the proceeds of their theft fuel their addiction further. It's a grim dance of desperation and dependency that's incredibly hard to break free from. A lack of education, too, plays a significant role. Without the necessary skills or qualifications, many find themselves shut out from legitimate opportunities. This leaves them with limited options, and sadly, some choose crime as a means to survive. While these factors don't excuse their actions, they do help us understand why some individuals turn to theft. It's a complex issue, one that cannot be solved with punitive measures alone. We need to address these root causes: poverty, addiction, lack of education, if we are to truly combat theft. Understanding the perpetrators can help us address the root causes of theft. They are not just statistics or faceless criminals. They are individuals caught in a web of circumstances, often beyond their control. As we strive to make our city safer, let us not forget the human element that lies at the heart of this issue. While the problem of theft is vast, there are ways to protect yourself and your property. It's all about being proactive and not leaving things to chance. Let's begin with personal measures. Investing in security systems for your home or business can act as a powerful deterrent. These solutions range from simple alarm systems to advanced surveillance cameras, giving you peace of mind and a potential lifeline in the event of a break-in. Now let's take this a step further. When you're out and about, be mindful of your belongings. Thieves often target people who are distracted, so keeping an eye on your possessions, especially in crowded areas, is a smart move. If you're leaving your vehicle, always double-check that it's locked and that there's nothing valuable in plain sight. These small steps can make a big difference in preventing theft. But it's not just about individual actions. Law enforcement plays a crucial role in theft prevention. Reporting suspicious activity can help the police in their efforts to keep our communities safe. Remember, if you see something, say something. Your tip could be the missing piece in stopping a potential theft, or even breaking up a theft ring. Community initiatives can also be a powerful tool in the battle against theft. Neighborhood watch programs, community policing, and public awareness campaigns can all contribute to creating safer environments. These initiatives foster a sense of collective responsibility, where everyone has a role to play in preventing crime. By staying informed and vigilant, we can all play a part in tackling the problem of theft in America. The more we understand the issue, the better equipped we are to protect ourselves and our communities. Remember, prevention is the best protection. Together, we can make a difference.